Hey guys, welcome to Meow Club. Playing MTG Standard 2018 Dominaria Standard, and this is a constructed deck that I've built. A bit annoyed Saffron Olive beat me to the punch with this, but I mean probably everyone's building it, but this is my version of Black White Knights. That didn't work very well, but whatever. Okay, that's lands. Cool. So let's check out the deck. So I guess let's go backwards up the curve, or should we start low? Yeah, I guess let's get the boring stuff out of the way first. So, oh, that guy's not meant to be there. Yeah, this really didn't go well for me. Where is it? There it is. Okay, cool. So we've got two Forsaken Sanctuaries. It's a budget mana base, so I'm going to stick in Concealed Courtyard if the deck lives up to it, which it probably does actually. I've tried it once and it's fun. It seems quite powerful. I beat Pirates with it. 2 Evolving Wilds, 2 Sheffet Dunes, always great in a go-wide creature deck like this. 1 Memorial to Folly. I could probably maybe do with another in, but I don't want the mana base to be too clunky. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 swamps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 plains. That's the mana base at the moment. Okay, so we start out our curve with 4 Dauntless Bodyguards. This is a great creature. Good in the late game because you can make something indestructible, and just great on turn 1, a 2/1 swinging in. Can potentially get bigger. Okay, we've got 3 Knights of Malice. Maybe I'd run more of these if I had them, but this is a great card and it worked really well with the Knights of Grace. So it becomes a 3/2. First Strike is something we haven't seen loads of in Standard lately until now, and I think it's a pretty powerful mechanic. We've got 1 Cast Down. This deck had a lot more removal, but I'm experimenting at the moment with it. All the removals in the sideboard, and it's just sort of trying to curve out with creatures. So we've got some stuff from Rivals of Ixalan. We have 3 Famished Paladins. We don't have a ton of life gain in the deck, but we have a bit, and it's a great blocker if nothing else, setting us up for sort of getting everything going. A little bit more removal. We've got 1 Vicious Offering and 1 Seal Away. Seal Away is great for stuff like Scarab God or Hazaret, that kind of thing. So I felt that was worth mainboarding. What's next? Okay, we have 3 Oathsworn Vampires. These guys can come back from the graveyard if you've gained life this turn, and it's a knight as well, which is relevant. 1 Blood Crazed Paladin. He's great to flash in after a board wipe, a huge creature. Just a one-off really, we don't want to rely on that, but nice to have in there. Okay, we've got 2 Knights of Grace. I thought I had more of that. I'm going to have to get more of these. Really great card, and works really well with the Black Knight, obviously. Gideon's Reproach, some more removal. Pride of Conquerors. Creature you control get 1/1 till end of turn. If you have the City's Blessing, they get 2/2. What's next? We've got Danitha. We're not really running any equipment or auras in this particular deck, but she's great with all the keyword soup, and hopefully she's going to get double strike from Quende, who's great in this deck because a lot of the knights have first strike. That's a real game ender there. I don't have a history of Benalia, so Call the Cavalry is kind of the budget option of history of Benalia. Yeah, I guess this is a budget deck tech actually. There's no expensive cards in it, so if you want to put it together like this, you can. Oh, I say no expensive cards. We've got a Lyra, but we'll get to that in a minute. But yeah, you can easily build this deck on a budget. If any of the cards are too expensive for you, you can swap them out for an extra copy of any of the cheap ones we've seen before. It should work pretty well still. We've got a Teshar, just a one of, but he's great to return stuff to the battlefield. Most of our creatures are 3 or less, and we have a few historics at the top end. One Josu Ves Lich Knight, just another historic knight, really, not particularly relevant in this deck. 2 Ariel Knight of Windgrace, she's a great finisher if we can get her going, and hopefully she doesn't get killed. 1 Lyra Dawnbringer, I just happened to pull this, so it's in the deck. It's an expensive card, you don't really need it in the deck, but it's nice to have if you want to. 2 Arvad the Cursed, he's a great finisher coming out on top of Danithers and Teshars and stuff like that. Really finishes the game off. 1 Vanquisher's Banner, if the game goes late we get to draw a card every time we cast a knight, and knights get 1/1. And 1 of Primeval's Glorious Rebirth, return all legendary permanents from your graveyard to the battlefield. So maybe a bit of a punt, but I thought it'll be nice if that actually comes out. So that's the deck, budget Black White Knights. Guys, if you want to build this, that's cool. You can upgrade the mana base with some Concealed Courtyards, some Forsaken Isolated Chapel, sorry. I was going to say Forsaken Sanctuary, that's in there. If you want to make it cheaper, you can take out some of the expensive cards, put in more Knight of Malice and Knight of Grace, Famished Paladin, that kind of thing. Or just fill up the expensive slots with removal cards. I'll show you some of the removal that's in the sideboard if we do go up against heavy creature decks. So Moment of Craving is a pretty great card in standard right now. And we gain life, which is relevant with the vampires. Cast Out. Dusk is good in the deck. Destroy all creatures with power 3 or greater, so ours are going to most likely survive that. A Deathless Ancient, we can tap 3 untapped vampires to bring it from the graveyard to our hand, and it's a vampire. And Board the Weatherlight and Charge. I mean, the sideboard's not finished, so don't pay too much attention to it. But yeah, I will upload some footage of me playing this deck later today, and let me know what you think about it, and take it easy.